All right, and welcome to, or welcome back to the Good Games, Good Drink podcast.
Yeah.
I'm your host this week, your Shyness. Also, I have with me M.111
Yo, what's up?
and Bryce.
AKA, this is Ecker. Yep, that's me.
Oh, I was going off the screen name, because my bad. Anyway, on this show, we like to talk about fantastic games that you should play and fantastic drinks that you could drink. Sometimes we might miss the mark because all of that glitters isn't gold, but it's all right. All drinks that we drink aren't good, and all games that we play aren't good either.
Is that missing the mark though?
If the game or the drink misses the good mark, and our show is about the good ones, then we didn't miss the mark. The entity missed the mark.
Exactly. So get good. I don't know.
Anyway, what you drinking on this week, Bryce?
This week I got Templeton Rye.
That rye. Stay with the rye.
I'm done with it actually.
Okay.
Rye.
It's pretty good. Actually, I was on a bullet kick for a little bit, but this one's actually pretty good as well. So Templeton Rye.
It's nice when you find like your lane and you just stay in it. Like,
yeah,
find what you like and just stick with it. It's a beautiful thing.
Do you like rye bread? You're a fan of rye bread?
I like wheat bread.
What wasn't the question?
I mean, I can't remember if I ever had rye bread. Actually, I don't know.
That's crazy.
Really?
So
Okay.
I can't. So I'm gonna say I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, it's fair.
Okay.
I mean, it's bread, so I mean, it's hard to not like bread unless it's like super dry.
Like,
There's some breads I don't like.
pumpernickel's a little weird. Like,
That's
got a
what I was
little.
gonna say.
Oh wait, I had
Sour.
Marlboro Rye before. Marlboro Rye has a unique flavor.
Yeah. Okay. More rice.
Yeah. So,
All right.
And that
Marcus.
reminds me of a Seinfeld commercial, not commercial, but episode where he stole the Marlboro Rye from the old lady. No,
Don't
remember
remember.
that? No.
oh,
He wants to bring the Marlboro Rye to the party, and then the baker is all out of Marlboro Rye. And then Jerry went and saw an old lady walking with a Marlboro Rye, and he stole it from her on the street, and then he ran away. No, you remember that?
Nope. Sounds funny though. I need to catch up on that show. I didn't watch a lot of episodes, but the episodes I watched were real funny. I don't know why I didn't watch that show.
I mean, Seinfeld, it went from
I
a show
watched
about
it.
nothing to a show about everything.
Because it came on like either before or after The Simpsons. I can't remember which one it was.
It's definitely
But
after.
it was always Simpsons and Seinfeld. It was like right next to each other on Fox.
Yeah. Definitely
Reruns.
getting the Seinfeld. All right. So Marcus, what are you drinking on this week?
All right, so I have something that we talked about a while ago, but just never brought it to the table. So I went to Wendy's and got the strawberry frosty.
Ah,
Did
Okay.
you also get fries to dip in it?
No, I did not, because no, I've never done that before. Never done that. So let me see.
And the chocolate one is I don't know about the strawberry.
Okay, here's the thing.
I was gonna say, while Marcus figures out how to give us a taste test.
In a freezer, and it's not working out too well.
no, it's a little bit too thick.
Yeah, it's too
Ain't no
frozen.
such thing as too thick.
I feel like for Frosties, aren't you supposed to eat it with a
I do have
Spoon?
a spoon. I do have a spoon.
But
Yeah.
J. Cole said, ain't no such thing as too thick.
There is such a thing.
There is, and it was crazy that he said it, but he said it. So you gotta stand on what you say sometimes. Yeah, no, yeah, good, no.
I can't.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
let
You
when
gotta stand by. You gotta stand by what you say. Yeah.
I'll let you know in a few minutes. Let it melt a little bit.
Whenever you get to it.
Yeah.
when it defrosts a little bit.
All right. So this
Mm.
week I've been on this, drinking bubbly water, and one of my favorite brands is Topo Chico, and I
This
just so
week,
happen to find in the store they made a hard seltzer. So
oh,
I got
okay.
the variety pack. This is exotic pineapple, and there's a
Yes.
strawberry. What's this? A tropical
What
mango
makes what makes the
and a
pineapple exotic?
tangy lemon lime. I would say maybe it's one that's straight from Hawaii.
So that's where the exotic fruit is.
Well, yeah. Like if you grow a pineapple here, it's just a mainland
Uh-huh.
pineapple. But people who go to Hawaii
Hmm.
think they went out the country. So
That's a fact. It's a fact.
and it tastes exactly what I expected it to taste like.
Is that a good thing or a
It,
bad thing?
it tastes like seltzer water.
No pineapple.
No, like pineapple seltzer. If you like pineapple seltzer, like if you like seltzer water, like it's that. So like how sometimes you drink, I don't know if you drink hard seltzer,
No.
but
Nope. Not
so
not once ever in life.
so like there's sometimes like you get that strong alcohol nastiness. This is just like a little slight fruit like note. So pretty good. Anyway, jumping on into these topics, we're gonna start this. We're gonna start this week off with some hate. So recently, PlayStation has made Street Fighter 6 available for a demo, and definitely download the demo and had a chance to play it. Bryce, you don't have a PlayStation 5, so you didn't get a chance to do it, but
I mean, they have I think the demo was available on the 26th, I think it was. So I do have it on my Xbox. But
you haven't had a chance to play yet?
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
I would say I did have a chance to get in there. And
Hmm.
I was excited until I saw like the different ways that you can control the characters. Marcus, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I see him.
I'm here.
Oh, you can see him. Okay, I can't see him. So,
Okay.
all right, Marcus, did you get a chance to play the demo?
Yeah, I got a chance to play it. You talking about Street Fighter, right?
Right.
Yeah, I got a
Yeah.
chance to play it. Yeah.
So what before I get on my hate train, what did you think about it?
I didn't get too involved like I wanted to because there was only two characters available in the arcade part. It was Ryu and then that new dude. Luke? Not Luke. What's his name? The new dude. Whatever the new dude name. There's only two people that you can play with.
Right.
I know what you mean as far as like the different controls and stuff because I just went to that like the classic one because all those other ones were like scary to me. I don't like new things, and I didn't understand what they were doing. I mean, but it was Street Fighter as far as I can tell. I mean, there's really not much else to it. The one part that I didn't get a chance to get to was the actual story mode. That's what I really wanted to try out. It's available there. I didn't know how far you can go in it in the demo. But the part where you can create your own character and do the whole story through the world, whatever. So sometime this weekend probably I'm gonna try to get to that, and maybe next week while y'all doing y'all Zelda thing, I have a review on the arcade, not the arcade, but the actual story world mode of Street Fighter, and let y'all know what that is. What's the hate? I'm curious what the hate is.
So here's my issue, right? I was talking about trying to find a fighting game where I could get into the big arena again. So the fact that they have these other play modes, I need to first know that that's not going to be something that's going to be rampant all over online. Because if I'm sitting here learning how to do all these moves, I don't think it's a fair fight if you're pushing one button or you're like doing quick time or like what's the point in me doing this sweeping motion if all you're doing is pressing triangle and square? I'm like, that's So I need to know if that's a thing. So I'm like that dampened my hype a bit because I don't like when games do things like that. Like I understand you're trying to get a broader market, but make that part only be like co-op maybe. Like if you're sitting next to me, I can make fun of you for doing that kind of stuff. But like I don't want to get thrashed online by someone who's not even looking at the screen because all they have to do is do a QTE on me.
That well, I can't say that because I don't know for sure. But like, if you play sports games like Madden or 2K or whatever, there's like a general setting for online play. It's like you play on like all Madden, not all Madden, but it's like all pro. It's like a level that everybody is set to. So if you're playing the fighting game online, I'm pretty sure. Again, I'm not pretty sure, but hopefully they will have like a general. This is the standard online uh, format that we're using for this play mode. Hopefully, that's smart. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. And then another thing that made me nervous. It made me nervous about. I started thinking about like Capcom's older fighting games, like Marvel versus Capcom, which they destroyed. So I'm like, I'm definitely gonna wait on this one. I was gonna pre-order it, but I'm gonna wait because Capcom makes good games, but sometimes they fail at first, and I don't want to support their failure. I want them to succeed before I support them.
Did y'all see that video clip that's going around where somebody created an Ice Spice character and she's going around the streets just beating people up in Street Fighter 6?
Yeah, Street Fighter.
Yeah.
No.
Street Fighter 6 you can create your own character, and someone created like a carbon copy of Ice Spice, and she's just kind of going around challenging folks to a fight and just just massacring them. It's like, what have you guys done? What have you guys done? It's pretty funny.
I mean,
also, so they have actual like rap beefs, like make up, like they can make, celebrity death match. We can bring it back as users.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what I'm kind of looking forward to, is being able to create your own character. Because I don't know how many fighting games that's been out where you can kind of create your own character. I feel like that's going to be kind of cool. And then I also like how they had guest announcers. I don't know how it's going to work, but they have like influencer, like celebrity announcers that are calling your fight, and I feel like that's going to be kind of cool too, to kind of get that experience of like that real kind of like live battle arena type experience, having that. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. So I still got it on pre-order. I might not give it too much tick because of Diablo, but I do have it still pre-ordered. So
I'm not gonna play like Diablo. Not gonna. Diablo is the reason why I'm looking at a capture card, because I'm like, I should just stream it because I'm gonna play that game a lot.
Yeah,
like a lot. But
I was gonna say though, Lawrence,
go ahead.
If you don't want to play Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat 12 is gonna be on the horizon too. They announced that they're gonna be doing, or there's speculation that they're gonna be doing like a reveal in the near future. So maybe that'll catch our fighting bug.
Yeah, and actually on that topic, we don't have it in our rundown, but they did tease potentially skipping 12 and then rebooting the universe and going back to 1. That's like the rumor. Because
for
like
Mortal
the
Kombat?
teaser that Ed Boon was that?
For Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, because like the teaser that Ed Boon published on Twitter, it was a second hand that was kind of like ticking down the time, and then once it got to 12, it skipped 12 and then went back to 1. So people were saying that it goes from 11, skips 12, and then goes to 1. So people are saying, you're going to reboot the whole series. So
something's coming.
We do have PlayStation announced that they are making they're going to have a PS5 showcase coming up soon, and we already know that Xbox is going to have their showcase on June 11th. So I imagine maybe in one of those two showcases we may get something from Mortal Kombat. So to Marcus's point, Lawrence, you might have Mortal Kombat to look forward to in terms of getting that
Fighting
experience.
itch.
Getting my paws on Street Fighter made me also take a closer look at Tekken. So I'm looking at Tekken also because Tekken used to be another one I used to like.
Mm-hmm.
You pick up you find a player that you're really good with that's not Eddie, because everyone starts with Eddie.
Yeah, facts. Big facts.
And then you just go from there.
I'm almost
Like,
there. I don't know if y'all can see it, how far
Getting up
up
the
the
straw.
straw it is or not, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm almost there.
Making progress.
by the end of the show, you'll let us know what it's like. All right.
Gotta like dip it in some warm water or something.
That's what the French fries with it, like the hot fries, you know. Maybe I don't know. It'll happen. It'll happen. All right, so moving right along. We got Redfall impressions. So according to what you said and your face,
Redfall. Like Redfall was definitely hyped up to be this AAA, and it is kind of a AAA game. It still is, but I'd say it's not a bad game, but it is a disappointing game. And I think that might be even worse than being a bad game, because if you're a kid, and one of your parents be like, "Oh man, I'm disappointed in you." That's like one of the worst things to ever hear from your parents. So, I'd say out of a 10, I'd probably give it a 6. It's an okay game.
Okay.
I thought that I would put some more time into it than I did, but it's just not a good game. So
Oh wow,
my motivation for playing it kind of like died down a little bit, because it's just
that's
not a good game.
That's crazy.
It's
6.
an okay game, but not a good game.
Okay, that was gonna be mine. Like, how is a 6 not a good game? Like, I would
say
think
like 10,
6.
like 9 and 10 is great. 7 and 8 is
Mhm.
good, and then 6 is okay. And then when it gets to around 4 or 5, that's when it gets to the bad range.
Gotcha.
So it's
okay.
It's something I will eventually play through. Like, it's not that bad for me to not play through it, but I probably will hold until they have the 60 FPS patch, and then jump
Is that
jump
noticeable?
back into it. And from what I've read, it's on the short end of the spectrum in terms of time to finish. I've been reading you can finish in about 20 hours, so which is pretty, in my opinion, pretty short. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait on the patch and then get into it after that. So
that's sad, because you were really excited about the game, and it looks like the concept was really nice, but execution is always where it's like,
yeah, it's good. It has a lot of potential, and I do still love the story and I love the lore of it. It's just the execution of it wasn't quite where it needs to be. It probably needed like another 6 months to a year probably to really do that polish, which is kind of crazy, because the game was supposed to release last spring, and then they delayed it a year, and then it's in this condition. So it makes me just wonder what it was like last year. So
it's crazy. Like, what kind of QA testing do these games go through to come out like that? Like, you had to let people play it, and then what did they just say? Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good.
From what I've been kind of like seeing online, like, people did play it. There were a bunch of preview builds out, but they got around it by having it be on the PC and not on the actual Xbox. So that was one thing. And then a second thing is, when you do kind of preview the game, the developers kind of have it in a controlled environment, so you're not necessarily playing like every little bit of the game. You're just playing what they want you to play.
Right.
So it could be a little bit misleading there too. So yeah. And again, I mean, it's not necessarily so bad that it's broken, like how Fallout 76 was. Like, it's still a playable game. It's just
That was gonna be my statement.
It's just
it doesn't live up to its potential.
Right. Yeah.
Like, as long it's like going back to your QA question, like, as long as it's and they can put it out and profit off of it, I think that's all they care about. There's no breakable bugs that makes the game unplayable. Yeah, it's fine. It passes inspection.
You can patch it later. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's sad, because that creates a situation where people are hesitant to buy games when they come out, because I'm like, there's no point in buying it out on day one because it's not going to be working on day one.
Yeah, but the good thing with this is, it was on Game Pass, so you're not like spending really any money to kind of test it out. So it's another reason why I kind of love Game Pass, because you can kind of experiment with these games that may or may not be the greatest, or you're not necessarily losing out, on $70 because you got the service. So
speaking of Game Pass, which is completely unrelated and not on this list, so Nintendo actually just came up with this. I don't know if it's new or not, but game ticket system. Did you guys know anything about this? So it's like if you have a Nintendo Online membership, then you can spend $90 and you can get 2 Nintendo digital games, and that saves you like $20. More actually if you save it for the new games, because you can actually use it on Tears of the Kingdom, which comes out tomorrow. There's a midnight release at GameStop, which I know because I'm working, and I also did get my hands on the game that I said I was going to get my hands on that people were having a difficult time with. I'm working the midnight release specifically because it is in my hands and it's up to me who gets it. So of course it has my name on it already. Customers have been asking about it. I'm like, yeah, we might have one. They're gonna come and I'm gonna say it's already gone. So I'm sorry.
You gatekeeping already?
It's mine. Why would I give away the thing that I came here for?
That seems corrupt of some sort of fashion.
It would be, except for like there are other ones I'm going to be giving those away. So like only one of them is mine.
Price is frozen, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, we're just gonna keep going along. Anyway, so I'm super happy about
dryer if you want, but I'll get you. I got you. That's crazy. But okay, so when you you're gonna get what you want, you're still gonna have the job, right? Are you planning on keeping it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for a while, because I mean, like, there's still Diablo coming out, and I have a chance of getting that for free with knowledge. Like, I just got God of War Ragnarok with knowledge. Like, I'm like, there's as long as I can be here, I just do it in like my spare time. So
if you know that it's already not available, why don't you just put the people out of their misery and let them know, that way they don't keep bothering you?
I can't say that.
Legally, you can't say that?
I can't say that because the game's not out yet, so I can't say it's gone, because on GameStop stuff they said each store should have about 4 of them.
Oh, okay.
And the manager of the store already gave, like, she's like, yeah, this one's for this customer and this one's for I was like, okay, listen, I need you to understand something, right? I hear what you're saying. They better be here.
The customers?
I'm like, because you want me to hold stuff for people I don't even know. So I like, you're not gonna be here. I'll let you handle that. Like, I'm not even gonna deal with it. I'm taking my collector's edition the night of tomorrow night at 9 p.m. I'm gonna have the game in my hand. I'm playing it tomorrow.
All right, that's what's up. Right, so you have you have it already, right? Or you ordered it and it's gonna be there on time?
Yes. Yep.
Where'd you order yours from?
Amazon.
Those reasons are
not the collector's edition. I just got the normal, regular.
Because of like Amazon and all that. That's the reason why we're giving it away at 9 o'clock.
Why is that?
Like, because people who ordered it, they have to wait until the next morning to get it. So it's like, GameStop is trying to make it so that if you pre-order from them, you can play it.
You get it
sooner.
earlier.
Right.
Gotcha.
So like I get to play it all night while everyone else has to wait till the next morning. So I can get on the stream and just be like, I'm first.
Can I like? Is it digital? Can it be digital? It's digital too. I can download it, right?
Yeah, but you can't do that till midnight.
Okay.
So I buy the physical game, I play it at 9. You buy it digital, you can play it at midnight.
But you got work though. Don't you got to work?
Me?
Yeah.
It's a midnight release, like it's from 9 to midnight, but I'm on the clock, on the floor, I'm playing the game in the store.
Ah, okay. I thought I had a loophole.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're working, so you have to wait till you get off. But
Yeah, no, I'm taking my Zelda Switch. I'm putting Zelda in my Switch, and I'm gonna be advertising the game while there playing the game. And I'm actually getting 2 copies because I'm giving one as a someone else needed one. So I was like, I'll see what I can do.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So what's the overhype? What's the overhypeness?
Well, here's the problem, right? I'm getting 2 collector's edition. I actually got my hands on that the Pro controller, so I'm getting that. I got all 3 new amiibos that they got coming out. I'm like, I literally spent all of the money that GameStop is giving me so far just on Zelda. So,
so personal overhype is what you're.
Yeah, personal. Like this is just remember when you say stuff on the internet, it always comes back. Like I was like, nah, Zelda's bad. Like Tears of Kingdom sucks. I bought everything that you could possibly get. Everything, like the Switch, the collector's edition game. I got the art book. I got the old art book. I'm like, yeah. I'm just gonna shut up.
Trolling just for the memes.
I was.
Okay.
I have to get accustomed to saying things to just like throw you guys off, because at some point in time, like I have to be the anti-hero. One of you is gonna be the hero, and I have to be the anti-hero.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Like I'm always the negatives, the yang. Hey, we should do this. Nah, can't do that. No. Anyway, moving on. 2023 had a World Video Game Hall of Fame inductees. So Marcus, what about this Hall of Fame?
Yeah, so we talked about this last year. If I can find it, hold on a second. Yeah. So we talked about this last year, how we didn't know that there was a World Video Game Hall of Fame and a few of the people that were in there. So they put out the inductees for this year. There's one I think that's gonna Brothers Lawrence. So I'm gonna save that one for last. So we have Wii Sports.
Okay.
Wii Sports, okay. The Last of Us was inducted.
Yeah. Okay.
Computer Space. I don't know. I've never heard of that. I wasn't familiar with that. But the first ever first ever arcade system, I guess. Like it set the stage for the coin operated, video game stuff at the arcades. So that's what that is. Okay. And then the last one is design.
Excuse me?
Barbie fashion design.
What?
Do you remember that game? Yes or no?
Yeah. I
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one where you colored different clothing and
dresses. Yeah. printed it out and put it on. Yeah. Mhm. How do you feel about that?
Was that's not even a game.
See,
That's
have an
like
article here or
calling
whatever.
paint. That's like calling paint a game. Like the app that's on your computer where you fill in colors. That's essentially what the Barbie designer game was.
See, it says here at a time where games were marketed towards male, Barbie fashion design proved that a game designed for girls could succeed. So it like broke that barrier for girl gamers in a way.
It broke the
So
barrier
that's
for girl gamers by giving girls something that is stereotypically girly, which is what they don't want to be.
who said they don't want to be that now,
They did.
but maybe, but not in '96.
You're right. 96 is the good old days.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
So-
I realized, right? Off tangent. So everyone is getting older and they don't realize it because we're having conversations that we didn't think we would have. So like I was watching online, there were like these dudes who were arguing about Lil Wayne's the greatest rapper, and like someone else was saying Lil Baby. And I was like, they're just in two different eras. So now you see like the old people who are like, I'm like, we're getting phased out. I don't know any new artists. Y'all said Ice Spice. I know her fro. I don't really know who she is or what she does or what she really looks like. Old man moments.
You know her fro, so you know what she looked like. The fact that you know she has a fro means you know what she looked like.
Right. There was something where like they showed her with like straight hair, and I was like, "Who the freak is that?" And it was like Ice Spice.
Valid.
Like, oh, no.
Valid. Yeah.
I quit. I'm old now. Anyway, moving the goalposts. GQ came out with 100 best video games. So we're gonna talk a little bit about these games. Maybe I'm gonna say I disagree with most of the list. Like they're wrong 80% of this list. Like
that's a big number.
That's a big number, yes. But I mean, in all honesty, right? Let me click on this thing. So my issue is I don't know what they're ranking their best on. Like I don't know if it's like game changing or like sales.
Yeah, so the background is they essentially interview a bunch of like internet influencers that are in the space.
300.
So if you know like Spawn on Me, if you know kind of funny games, if you know obviously like IGN and all those folks, they pretty much interview all these individual internet journalists basically, and then they had them rank their top 10 games of all time. And then what they did was they consolidated all of their top 10 games, and then this top 100 is the output of that list.
Yeah.
So this is the list of the top 100 games from influencers that are playing now.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely disagree. Now that goes into what I just talked about, like being old. Like that explains a little bit about why I disagree so much with this list. They're looking at games as iconic that I was like, that game is trash, and it was trash when it came out. So I don't like it because I was there when it came out.
Which game was trash?
So what one game would you put on this list that isn't there?
So like Star Wars, that racing game, right? So in the time when
you would add that to the list,
I would put that on the list over what's the game? Not Reds. I liked Reds. The return of the Obra. Like I don't even know what that is.
That's ignorance. Just because you don't know it doesn't mean that it's not a good game.
It's a 1-bit monochromatic black and white style, not seen. So it's one of those like shadowy games. So it came out in 2018, and I'm like, it it came out in a time when I was into like buying games all the time, and I worked at GameStop. Like, if I didn't hear about this game, that means that it wasn't
So
a
it wouldn't
game
be
to be.
on your top 10
It
list.
wouldn't be on my top 100, 200, 5,000. It wouldn't be there. So like
Okay.
there's games on here that I haven't
you
even
would-
heard of.
You'd replace that with
Star
was it
Wars
episode 1, that racing game?
Yeah, like you built your cart and it was crazy hard to
You would
control.
put
and,
that as a top game of all time.
Well, no, but I'll put it over that game. Like I'm not thinking of my top 100, but I'm like, there are just games I can say off the top of my head that are better than games that I see on this list.
But how do
I mean,
you
you
know
haven't
it's
even
better
played the
though? That's
game,
what I'm
though.
saying. You don't just because you
So-
don't know
But
about
just
it doesn't
because
mean
you
it's not better.
don't know it doesn't mean it's not a good game.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if right now we start having a conversation about who the best rapper of all time is, right? And I start listing off a whole bunch of names that are recent, then everyone should have a problem, because once you say all time, you cannot say there are certain games that are on this list that should not be on this list. Right, and then there's games on here that they repeated, so they have Mario on here like 5 or 6 times. I know Mario has
But
different,
Mario
has
games.
different games though.
right?
It's
But
not like the Hall of Fame where it's like the franchise is inducted into the Hall of Fame. These are like
right,
the individual games.
Individual
that are in the
games.
top 100.
so I wouldn't put Mario and Mario Odyssey and Mario Odyssey is a good game, but it's not a top 100. Like it might be 101, maybe. It's outside my top 100 list. Because Mario Odyssey, though it was a good game, like all it did was what Mario 3D had already done, just a little bit bigger. Mario 3D is the one that was iconic and should be on the list, and it is on the list, but Mario Odyssey shouldn't be. That's my
What?
opinion. Like, there's nothing that
So
Mario
with that-
Odyssey did that Mario 3D did not already do.
Okay, this isn't like most groundbreaking, influential.
Well, right. But
breaking-
what I'm
it's
saying
just-
is, right, there are games on this list that are like Elden Ring's on the list, and so is Dark Souls. That is the same game. They would not both be on my list.
But they're not though.
They're not the
They're the
same
same.
game.
They're the same game.
They're not. One is Dark Souls and one is Elden Ring.
I hear you. Neither one of them would be on my top 100 list. Well, my bad. The first Dark Souls would be, because I liked the first Dark Souls.
I don't know. I think generally speaking, it's a pretty solid list. There's probably some games that I would move up and then others move down, but I feel like in terms of the games that are on the list, I
And
think
Fortnite, come on.
Fortnite is 100% a top game of all time. 100%. Like you can't argue that's not in the top 100.
I want to, but you're right.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, what? I really want to know your 100 games that you would put over some of these
what
games.
other
Like,
80
I want.
games would you put on this list, and then what 80 would you remove?
All right, so
80. That's a big number.
Yeah, like
Like
Call of
if you
Duty
would
would
say like 10, then I would be okay. Like
Call
80?
of Duty 4 Modern Warfare would not be on my list. Let's see. Thief was good.
You know, I'm surprised that like Pac-Man isn't on this list. I mean, I was never really into Tetris, so I'm actually surprised that Tetris is so high.
It's on there.
but,
Wait,
like,
you're talking about Effect or the regular one? Because it's on there twice.
Tetris 1985.
Okay.
Like I would have had Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man on here.
And then I'll be completely honest. My issue is the top 10. Like that's why I'm mad because I'm like this.
Sonic isn't on this list, which is a little surprising. Yeah. But yeah, to say, I mean, 80 is a lot.
I mean, there's 80 is a lot. That's yeah. So what about the top 10 is because it's Dark Souls. What else is on here? Is
like the top 10 is Half-Life, Dark Souls, Portal 2, Metal Gear Solid, Mass Effect 2, Witcher 3, Bloodborne, Tetris, Last of Us, and Breath of the Wild. So, although all of those games would be on my top 100 list, they wouldn't all be in the top 10.
Your top 10? Okay.
And that, I mean, that's where I'm getting angry. Like, I skimmed through everything else and focused on like the top 20. And I'm like, this top 20 only has a couple of games for me. So I took, yeah. So I mean, maybe 80% is a big number, but like I disagree with most of the games in the top 20 being in the top 20. So I'm like, that tells me enough.
I don't know, but yeah, look at the list at home, people, in your own time. Do you agree with Lawrence?
We'll put a description in the link in the description.
Destiny's number 46. What? I disagree. This list is trash. Final Fantasy 10 number 51. Nah, Lawrence, get this list out of here. Throw it in rice. What need to do?
He said throw it in rice.
It's trash.
Yeah. So, but yeah, moving right along. Getting off this darned list. We are to our question of the week. So this is gonna be a fun one for me. I like asking questions which are a little bit off cuff, but this week's question, what is your most disliked genre? I'd alter the question a little bit because disliked genre. I said hated at first, but I guess we don't hate genres because we play most games. So what's your most disliked genre? So it could be anything that is a category of game. It doesn't even have to be something specific, but if it's like rhythm game, RPG, whatever kind of game, something about it just irks you every time it's time to play that kind of game. And we'll start this week with Marcus because he said his drink second. Speaking of, how is that drink?
It melted a little bit. It's good. Good. Yeah, I mean, strawberry flavored frosty. Can't complain. Can't complain.
Right, so where's your most hated genre?
This was a difficult question because, like you said, we don't really hate. Well, because it is some stuff in genres that I like, and then other in the same genre that I don't like. So it's kind of difficult to say. But what I landed on was simulation games. I think that's like a new thing because like back in the day, like I used to love playing The Sims and I used to love playing like Roller Coaster Tycoon, but nowadays I don't think I can play those type of games and sit down and dedicate hours upon hours playing The Sims or playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. I don't know if it's because like the way that the society has changed and everything's more like fast paced and rapid paced, and I don't feel like being like a fake life on my video game, or I could be a fake life on my phone at the same time. It's like, it's how much fake do you want to be? So I think simulation games is where I am putting my marker for this question.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. I never did like Sims. It was always weird to me. But I like Sim City. That was fun.
Mm.
Yeah,
Would you
Civilization is pretty good.
No,
would you play it now?
no, not at all.
That's what I'm saying. Like
And
back in the day, I would yeah, but now
we had time. Now it's like first you gotta like till the like you gotta like click. No, that's too
Yeah.
much.
yeah.
And then you gotta pay attention to it. And if you're gone for too long, there's a fire. Yeah, it takes too much attention, and we got bills, so I guess
Facts.
it is we're gonna end up starting to play more games when we retire. So it's like it's an inverted bell curve. You know, you
I
start
don't know,
playing
man.
video games, you play.
I gotta say, I'm probably playing more video games now than I did as a kid.
Really,
Really.
I exact opposite. Like I used to binge games, and now I'm like sprinkling them out.
hmm
I mean, I beat Hogwarts already. I wrote credits. I'm not gonna platinum that game anytime soon because
Mhm.
you gotta do it 4 different times. I'm like, ugh.
Mhm.
But that was a fun game. But yeah, I just don't have time like that anymore,
Yeah.
which is gonna make Tears of the Kingdom very difficult because I have to beat that game before Diablo comes out because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do both. I might be able to because they're different kinds of games, but Diablo 4, I plan on putting a lot of hours into there. Like I'm pre-ordered deluxe edition. That's gonna be my like just click game. So, all right, Bryce, what's your most disliked genre?
I really don't have a most disliked genre. But I think I do have a disliked game mechanic or game trope. And it's the babysitting trope. Um, I do like a Plague Tale. Plague Tale's awesome, but that whole game is based on you babysitting your little brother. And if you get too separated from your little brother, and if he dies, the game's over, or you got to start from your next save point. So like, I feel like that trope is, I don't like that trope. I think Resident
So,
Evil does that a couple times too, where you have to save somebody, and if they get too far away from your party, like the mission ends.
Mhm.
I don't like those types of game mechanics.
so funny story. Cereza and the Lost Demon is actually kind of that. You control both Cereza and the Cheshire Cat demon with the different L sticks, and they can't be too far apart from each other. So I don't know if he dies. It hasn't happened to me yet, but it's a fun game because I think you could do it 2-player because each one controls like somebody different. So
Okay.
yeah, but yeah, I can understand that could get annoying. Yeah, but so my most disliked genre.
Sports.
I could take the low hanging fruit and say sports. I won't because
Okay.
I talk about how much I don't like sports games all the time. But I will say if we take sports off the table, that makes it super difficult for me. So I'm going to say life simulator games, such as Animal Crossing, right? Games where you just kind of do stuff to do stuff. There's not really like a goal per se. You just kind of do. So I guess I could put Minecraft in there too, because like there's not a goal technically. Like you just
There
kind of do.
is a goal. You keep saying that. There's a goal
Yeah.
to Minecraft. I don't know how many times you got to say this. Minecraft has a goal.
So does Animal Crossing. Right?
What's the goal for Animal
there's
Crossing?
there's goals. Like there's a list of in Animal Crossing, you're a person living a life and you're starting a town. So the list of things is stuff like that. You know, build a house, plant some flowers, make this pretty, blah blah blah. do the museum, collect these items, don't get stung in the face by a hornet. That's the most fun part when you find a wasp by accident and like he chases you, like action. But yeah,
You know, a game that doesn't, I don't think really falls into any one genre, but it's kind of just mindless fun. Just kind of changing the subject a little bit, but Katamari Damacy. Like if y'all haven't played that game, like
Yeah.
that is definitely a game where you can just put it on and just mindlessly just play.
Isn't that the game where you get bigger and bigger
roll
by
around the ball.
collecting? Yeah.
I took a game theory class in college, and for a final, was it a final? It was for like a yes, for a final, like essay or something, and we had to kind of describe like the game theory behind a game, and I chose Katamari Damacy. Yeah, it was. If you haven't played it, it's fun. Add it to your backlog because it's just a mindless, fun game. And then like if you roll up like the wrong thing, like if you roll up a log, like it makes your ball like go wonky, so it makes it harder to collect stuff. So there's some strategy involved in it too. So,
oh.
Yeah. So if you haven't played it, I recommend it.
I played the demo. That game was nutso, and I wanted it, but I never had a chance to like put my hands on it and buy it. So, so now we are to our infamous to the backlog segment. And during this section, we talk about the games that you should add to your backlog. And speaking of backlogs, you should download the PlayNext app to handle all your backlogs. That's PlayNext.app. Download that to handle all your backlog needs. So I'm gonna start this week on the backlog, and I'm gonna say a game that I said that I didn't like, and I didn't like it for reasons that everyone has. But I'm gonna try it, and I'm gonna try to beat it, just because I've been talking about Zelda so much. So what I'm gonna add to the backlog is Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword is a version of Zelda that came on the Wii, and you could use a motion control to like swing your sword, and I hated it. But I'm gonna give it one more chance, put it on the backlog, and actually finish it. All right. Bryce, what should our viewers put on the backlog?
So I talk about it time and time again, how the sweet spot for the price of a game is $30. So whenever I see a game that I wanted to play, but I don't want to pay $60-$70 for it, once it falls below $30, I'm a get it. I did that with Callisto Protocol. And this is actually the day one edition, which is kind of crazy. But the day one edition comes with like extra cosmetic stuff. This one fell to like 20. Like I'm in the middle of talking.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say
that what you're about to say is more important.
I was gonna say where'd you buy it?
I got it from Amazon.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
I buy 98% of my games from Amazon.
You know, on PlayNext, we have places where you can buy games. So if you want to buy games through PlayNext, you can request them, and we can send you an Amazon link.
Okay, I forgot what I was going to say, so I'm just going to end it with Callisto Protocol.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
What was it? A script that you had?
I don't know.
It's gone now. The moment's over.
Yeah, the moment's gone.
Marcus, what game should our users? to our viewers put on the backlog.
All right, so similar to what Bryce was saying, or yeah, about the sweet spot for games as far as pricing. So mine is $0, right? So a game that is available, well, it's not technically zero because you're paying for the whatever. So it's available this month actually on the PlayStation, one of the free games for the PlayStation Plus. It's called Chivalry 2. So I don't know if either you guys heard of this or are familiar with it. It's a multiplayer online like hack and slash game. It's like it's like 64 players on a map, and you're like a knight. So you can have like war hammers, maces, long swords, battle axes, or you can have bow and arrows and stuff. So you can choose what class you want, and it's basically just like a 64 player just clash of fighting, whatever. They have different objectives that you can do. Sometimes it's just like battle royale, not battle royale, but something like just team deathmatch. Other times you have to like try to extract a duke from the other base and try to kill other people. So it's pretty dope, especially for the free. And it's just large map chaos with a whole bunch of people. It's fun, good times, especially for the free. I have to very emphasize, make that very clear, for the free. Good times for the free. Chivalry 2 available now. It's dope.
But free. Whenever it's free.
You just said it's Chivalry 2?
Like Chivalry 2, yeah.
Are there mounts in it? Can you like have a horse and all that?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Either foot or on horseback. Yep. So you can be on foot, on a horse, running around, smacking people, getting your whole medieval times on. It's dope. It's dope.
So is this like a top-down game? Like a
it's you can choose to either be a first person or a third person. You can choose which one you're gonna do.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah,
all right.
Check it out there.
Well, we're getting to the top of the hour. So Bryce, was there anything you wanted to plug?
No, not this time.
Marcus, anything? Plug each?
No. Freezers work. They freeze stuff, and then we check it out. Stuff defrosts, and you can drink it finally. A little bit through this. I don't know if I can see, but a little bit. Little, yeah. Shout out to Wendy's.
That strawberry looks kind of. I was gonna say that strawberry looks kind of vanilla.
No, it's definitely strawberry. I don't have any. Let's see. Hold on. See this? Yeah.
Okay. I don't have anything either. So
this white straw
for this week, I'm your shyness. Got M.111, and this is Ekir. This is good games and good drinks, and we bid the